Helldivers 2 has been out for 6 months now. Yes, half a year since this absolute banger released on PS5 and PC, and there's been so much controversy around this game. The marketing has been insane. Arrowhead has had a massive success on their hands, and I wanted to do a review on it 6 months later, discussing its controversy, discussing how its microtransaction shop is probably one of the better shops I've seen in a live service games like this. Its customization is fantastic, its gameplay, we all know, is fantastic, and the marketing behind it, oh my god. Arrowhead, you guys went off. So let's get straight into the video. Now, a really quick recap before we get into the video. Helldivers 2 had a big controversy a few months back where they announced that you needed a PSN account for PC on Steam in order to play the game. The only issue is that this came months after they already said that this wouldn't be a requirement, so people who did buy the game in certain countries where PSN isn't required could now not get access to the game, so Steam was offering refunds. Players were mad, people were angry at this, and overall Arrowhead did revert the switches with Sony as well, because let's be honest, Sony releasing a game that didn't need PSN requirements in over 170 countries, and then saying, actually, you do need that in a situation where over 170 countries don't have access to PSN, so now you're telling them, oh, sorry, you can't play this game that you've been enjoying playing for the past 4 months. Thankfully, PlayStation did, of course, reverse the course on the Helldivers 2 PSN account requirement, saying that we've heard your feedback after fan uproar. Honestly, needed to happen, because if this didn't happen, I guarantee Helldivers 2 would not only be on life support, even though considering some idiots online have been saying it is now, even though it's still over 30,000 concurrent players consistently, it would just be near dead, because of course losing out on 170 countries and then all of the uproar that comes around that as well, you would lose your player base because of this. So not only did the community give Arrowhead a ton of goodwill for actually convincing Sony and the community as a whole to revert these changes from, forcing a PSN requirement, they have been consistently making good choices these past 6 months. The microtransactions have been extremely well done, and with the customization as well, like for the paid game, and I get the game is $40-50, so we have to expect solid microtransactions, but this game is live service, and I'm going to be comparing it just really quickly to another game, Fallout 76, also another paid game. Its microtransactions are way more expensive, its store is way more prominent in the game, and even for Helldivers 2, it has a bigger player base, more likely of course, but still, the microtransactions, they could be gouging their players out of armors, out of equipment, out of skins, but they decided to just keep it simple. They made a good game for $50, and if you want to spend extra money on a few extra skins and a few extra armor pieces when you don't need to at all, and you can still have a great experience, the option is there. I commend Arrowhead for that, because that is one of the best live services, this is one of the best live services I've seen in years, in absolute years, and if you haven't played this game yet, I'm like telling you to go play it, especially if you are a fan of live service games in general. This game is absolutely amazing. One of the coolest parts about Helldivers 2 is the actual customization of your characters. You can see here, carbon copy of my character. You can go through the armory. A lot of primary weapons are given to you, even without paying for the other, like, battle passes that they throw at you. Secondary, I only have 2 guns so far, but there's also the throwables as well. The one thing I really like is the armory. The armory has 3 different classes of armor. You have light armor, medium armor, and then heavy armor. And mainly the difference between all these medium armors is, like, look, some of them look really cool, like the Hero of the Federation. I love this look. But then they also get speed boosts and everything. And then obviously the heavy armor, you'll gain a lot more protection, like this badass looking Battlemaster armor, but then of course you'll be slower to run. I personally really do like the Hero of the Federation armor, because it just looks the coolest, I really feel like. And then you can go to your helmets as well, and there's just so much customization. You can mix and match the helmets to everything. It looks really damn cool, and they even go together. And the capes as well, like they have a ton of capes that you're able to choose from and that you're able to open up. And the best part is, I mean, even with acquisitions, they have all these passes, right? So they have all the customization passes that you're able to take a look at, Democratic Detonation, and they're still adding more, like every few weeks. The most recent one, Viper Commandos, looks really cool. Now you do need to obviously pay a premium war bond for them. You can earn them in-game, like I have been. I have 885 as of right now. I have not spent any money on the microtransactions, but a lot of this just looks really cool. And even with the main Helldivers mobilized, there's still a lot of stuff that you're able to collect. I mean, look at all these pages of gear and of armor and of emotes that you're able to collect. And the one thing that I will only have a criticism with the new, like, premium war bonds is that there aren't as many levels. Like, each one has 3 levels, and yes, they have new guns, they have new armor, but I feel like, we're going from, look, we got like 10 pages of awesome gear to then just, okay, every subsequent pass is $10 and we only have 3. It's just, I really feel like for future passes they could make them bigger, but overall, like, the customization in this game is absolutely amazing, and I commend Arrowhead for it. Like, literally, even 6 months later, like, even with having to pay for all this stuff, and even in their store, like, some of the armors are really cool, and I love the item reviews, like, good for stealth, bad for enemy. The glory of Super Earth is mirrored in its production value, and they even have, like, names for it. Karen0057, I've used this every day for the past few weeks, and then redacted, review review under investigation for treason. I love some of these reviews. They're always so funny to read. Freedom isn't free, but this lets you dispense it with glee. Amazing quality. It even survived atmospheric re-entry twice. Like, some of this armor is just cool, and it's something to laugh at. And, you know, the super credits aren't a bad pricing. Like, it's pretty basic. You can't spend more than $27, which I'm really happy about, so they're not trying to, you know, scar you out of any money, you know, like, they're not trying to get $100 out of you. So, props to Arrowhead for making a pretty solid system, and just some of these armors too, man. They do look pretty cool. But one criticism I do have is if the war bonds could be a bit bigger, maybe 5 levels, but still, like, my favorite armor set would probably have to be this one, the democratic one. Like, this just looks cool with the helmet as well. Just even like in the picture, look at that armor. Looks absolutely awesome. Overall, Arrowhead, you guys did a fantastic job with the customization systems, and even the microtransactions, again, like, they're very well done. So props to you guys, keep doing what you're doing. But one of the best parts of Helldivers 2 is the community. For example, I'm going to be showing you this gameplay clip really quick of me opening up for a hug right before me and my teammates were up for extraction. One guy ran by, but the other guy, dead in his tracks, hugged me, and then we boarded the ship. Just one of the cooler moments of Helldivers 2. That players, you know what, even in we're about to like lose the mission or we're about to extract, I will give you a hug before we end it. I love this guy.
Shuttle launch in 20 seconds. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Just one of the better reasons to be playing Helldivers 2 is its community, and that clip just really shows off everything that the community has to offer out of friendliness, out of helping the lower levels, out of just everything. It's really on par with even like the Fallout 76 community that are just overall the nicest community possible. Next, we're going to be talking about the maps, the gameplay, just the overall like aesthetic of the game. The gunplay is very well done. From the third person cinematic, like it actually is the most cinematic shooter I think I've ever played in my entire life. You won't play a more cinematic third person shooter ever in your life. And even with the first person mode, when you are in a situation where it's do or die, you're getting chased down from dozens of bugs and it's just hell on earth, but you survive because you're just that persistent, because you're that skilled at it. You're dodging, you're weaving, you're killing every bug possible. It is such a good experience. And the maps as well, like there are tons of maps. I mean, tons of areas to fight in, to explore, to find all these little side missions you can do, like prepping artillery. You can, like, there's actually like a lot of like little mini quests you can find during the main mission. So like you'll be able to prep satellite dishes. You'll be able to actually get missile artillery for backup for a stratagem. There's a lot of awesome stuff here, and the stratagems as well, we're going to be going into them, are a lot of fun. And I mean, like, oh my god, the majority of the stratagems, like the 500 kilogram bomb, is amazingly fun. Just throwing that into the middle of a nest is awesome. The next thing I want to take a really quick look at is the Helldivers 2 stratagems, and there are a sheer amount, and I mean a sheer amount and variety in them. So many different stratagems. You can just see here, like if the scroll bar isn't working, but if you go down, I mean, like there's just tons of them, and we're going to be going through just a lot of them. I mean, there's like the MG43 machine gun, like all of the Patriotic Administration Center with all the guns, right? You got the anti-material rifle, another kind of minigun, the recoilless rifle, which is a 2-man gun, the expendable anti-tank. My favorite one on this list right now is the heavy machine gun. This thing rips through enemies. The spear is another 2-man gun. It's kind of like just a rocket launcher. I mean, you can see it taking out the tanks over there. The railgun as well, another really cool weapon. The orbital cannon. Now, where is it? None of these I use. I don't use any of the orbital cannons personally, but a lot of them are really cool. They're like the barrages, the airburst strikes, 120 millimeter HE barrage, a lot of the cool ones. The hangar, the eagles are the best ones possible. The 500k bomb, just obliteration at its finest. I love this thing. Like, amazing, dude. And the orbital precision strike is probably one of the better things that everyone uses. It's just quick, it takes things down easy, and I mean, we keep going down to the HMG emplacement where you're actually able to put down a turret to gun things down, or a shield generator relay. Like, this is really good for especially holding the final position at the end of a mission when you're trying to extract. The Tesla tower as well is really good. An anti-personal minefield, I haven't seen anyone use this yet, but I'm betting it might get useful in the future. Supply pack, I haven't seen anyone use this either. Grenade launcher, surprisingly I have not. The laser cannon, I've been using this a lot recently. I have a ton of fun with it. It's a lot of fun. The guard dog rover, again, it pisses me off sometimes because it actually beams you if you get in its way, so it's really annoying, and I think that's new because I don't think that happened before, but it is still very powerful. And there's other things like the quasar cannon. Like, I didn't even know I could buy. I'm gonna buy that right now because I really want to use this. And the shield generator pack, which I'm really excited to use. I'm level 19. I'm gonna get to use this soon. soon. This is a very good stratagem for defense, obviously. I mean, like being able to stop yourself from dying, realistically. Like it stops a whole ass rocket from a robot. And then you have the robotics workshop, which go even like you have the guard dog, which is basically the guard dog rover, but it has a machine gun. And then you have the EMS mortar sentry, rocket sentry, just really good things to take down stuff, especially when you're trying to extract. Again, I've seen tons of people use the machine gun sentry. A lot of people use these, especially during extraction. And the ones that everyone want to go for, the exosuits. I need to be level 25 to get either of these. I need these in my life, honestly. Like with a rocket launcher and a heavy machine gun and a dual autocannon, I want to use this against bugs so badly. I want to drop this thing and just rip down one of those bile titans. I need this thing in my life. It looks awesome. The customization, especially, they have skins where you can customize it. I really want it. I mean, like they even have, yeah, like there's even whole customization systems. The stratagems are, I need this right now. I mean, the stratagems are just really cool. There's tons of variety to them, and I recommend definitely taking a look at these, especially like because I didn't even know these were a thing for a while. Like it took me about 8 hours to even realize that this was a whole system with even more stuff I could get. But even after looking at all of the quality features that Arrowhead has added through this game, through the stratagems, through the enemy designs, through everything, through the maps, through the objectives, they also have had amazing quality design in the ships and in the actual interior of the ships as well. And another thing I really like about the ship customization is that like when you actually upgrade stuff, like the donation access light in the sense it's pretty basic, and then you get to the streamlined request process, then handcarts, and then it actually updates the area of your ship. It actually looks really cool, and then it opens up this whole area, and then you get all your affected stratagems, the stuff that reloads quicker, or an exploding shrapnel, and then you get more guns, and then bleach loading, and then atmospheric monitoring, and then you get this giant gun on the end of your thing, and even like it affects your stratagems, right? Liquid ventilation thing, and you go to the end, advanced crew training. It gives you so much stuff for the background of your ship. It is one of the coolest parts of this game that I really like, and I really like when customization affects this, especially for something that you're not in a lot, but other players will notice this too. Like, you know you're a low level player if you have nothing in here, but if you've grinded that much, you have a whole advanced crew quarters, right? You have all this stuff in there. You know, the bridge as well. You'll just get the basic targeting software, then you'll get some updated lighting, then you'll get some more stuff, and then it's really just lighting. There's no differences other than lighting and maybe a few computer screens. Still looks awesome. This I think has a big difference. Yeah, it does. Like there's massive differences in here. And then the robotics workshop with dynamic tracking, where you can go to the high quality lubricant, cross-platform compatibility. There's just visual differences really makes the game more immersive and shows that, look, Arrowhead didn't need to put this time in. They didn't need to make the exploding shrapnel and the high density explosive visuals different. They didn't need to add all these guns to make it look cooler, but they did because they put that time in and they put that effort in. Helldivers 2 is really a special game, and little tiny reasons like this is why it's a special game. I commend, again, Arrowhead for the effort that they put in, especially for something as small as this. It's just awesome. It shows that they put quality into it. So super proud of them for doing that, and just, I love this. And even the community building as well. I don't know what it is with Arrowhead, but they have made, again, the perfect live service game. The community building is that of just amazingness, and we are going to be taking a look at it. Another unique thing I actually really like about Helldivers 2, once again, is everything on the world map. At the top left, you can see Helldivers active, enemies killed, Helldivers killed in action, and bullets fired. You can see it's going up right now. Bullets fired is massively going up, Helldivers is going up, but the cool thing is you can actually see how many Helldivers are in each sector. How there's 11 or 1,400 here, 1,100 here, 6,800 here, right? And there's a bunch over here as well. 758, 122, 25,000 people are playing in the Andromeda sector. It's crazy because like everywhere else is spread out. I mean, no one else is playing. Like there's two over here. There's two guys over here, right? I mean, like the two Helldivers that are over here are fighting for their goddamn lives right now. I respect it. But like it's really cool because then it shows even there's like 156 in the Sol system, which is really cool. They're like doing whatever they can do over there. But it's a community thing. It shows, look, the entire player base, the 38,000 Helldivers that are active right now, the entire player base is fighting together to liberate these systems and get each other rewards in the major orders. And major orders is another thing I really like. Liberate the designated planets, where we have to liberate 4 planets. There's also personal orders where you have to kill 20 devastators. I really enjoy the challenges that they keep giving us. I really like how there's so many sectors as well that they're able to choose from, and that the Terminids are over here and that the automatrons are over there. It's really cool. It offers a lot more community building to it. And again, Arrowhead, they didn't need to add this system. They didn't need to add the Galactic War Table where they show us all the Helldiver active and enemies killed, but they did it anyway because they want that community building. I respect them for it, and it's awesome. So that I've given you all of that information, and it is now your decision on whether you should be playing Helldivers 2 6 months after launch, with its new features, with its new balancing, with its consistent amazing live service, with its great microtransactions shop and store. It's actually one of the only microtransactions shops that I can say, look, this is actually a solid shop. For the price of the game and for how they handle the live service aspect, Arrowhead handles it very well. So if you did enjoy this video, consider leaving a like, sharing, commenting, and subscribing if you choose to, as well as becoming a member. You can click the link down below in the description. Thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.